Now let's say you've identified a weakness that's getting in the way of you doing your highest value work. If it's a skill you can learn, rather than a trait inherent to who you are, you can develop it. For example, I once worked with a successful leader who wanted to be in a career that depended upon making connections with people. He liked people, but he didn't know how to make those connections. He lacked the skills of making small talk, listening, and validating others. So he chose to learn those skills. You can convert imperfections into skills when training exists for them and it's reasonable to expect your growth. For example, a sales rep who loves sales and is naturally persuasive, yet could improve her ability to close deals. When you identify a valuable skill that you lack, come up with a plan to develop it. Find courses, perhaps in this library, that will help you strengthen that skill. Find books on the subject and commit to improving. Find people who are excellent at that skill and try to learn from them. Start small at first, perhaps spending an hour or two each week developing that weakness. And only develop weaknesses that relate to your highest value of work. Sometimes the distinction between a high value weakness you want to develop and a low value one you want to minimize is subtle. For example, one highly successful entrepreneur I worked with realized he didn't understand how finances worked. This weakness caused him to make poor decisions in his business. So he spent time educating himself and developing the skill of business finance. On the other hand, he understood that other people could do a better job of customer service. And frankly, it just wasn't a high-value activity for him. So he delegated those responsibilities to other people and minimized them. To tell the difference between something you should develop and something you should minimize, ask yourself, what is the impact if I don't personally do this myself? If you need to do it personally, odds are you'll need to develop it. There's an extra benefit to developing a skill, the story it creates. We love to hear the true stories of people who overcame adversity and worked hard to better themselves. And this illustrates another hidden opportunity of imperfection. When you find a weakness in yourself, it can move you to grow, become stronger, and find more success in your career.